it's you. Welcome back. Sorry if I seem a little, tired. Well, I've just been idle. I haven't been doing any work. I used to be the top hunter in my old village. The only one capable of taking out any dangerous beast that threatened us. No one else could use a bow like I could. And now, the townspeople have been trained. The hunting parties are larger, and with the skill of the elves, the hunting parties can easily defend themselves. So, I've been out of work. I haven't been hunting. Instead, I've just been training my aim here at the city and training some wide-eyed recruits. Maybe I could start a beast hunting corps in the meantime. I know that there are still some dangerous animals out there that could always threaten us. I think that a hunting corps would be able to seek them out and get a preemptive strike on them. It'd be dangerous, but at least that's something to do. I'd rather be under the claws of a beast than rusting away here in some cushy treehouse. You're a senator, right? Why don't you run it by the council? See if you could put in a good word for me. Maybe you can get that hunting course set up. Actually, you don't have to do that. You're probably busy enough as it is. I'm guessing that the council has you running all over the place. Ever since the past month after the merge between our village and your city was complete, that is. Am I right? Yeah, I had a feeling. Call it a hunch. Well, that's not entirely true. When I got here, there was this parchment addressed to you. You weren't here, so I decided to take a look at it myself. The council promoted you. After all, you pretty much headed the human-elf merge project. You worked hard, and you do everything that the council says, so you were a shoo-in for a promotion. Here, you can read it for yourself. Hey, don't give me that look. The seal was already broken when I got here and found it. Now, I think the broken seal has something to do with the message at the bottom of the letter. Here, this one right here. You know who to thank. That's all it says. The writing doesn't match the handwriting of the rest of this letter. It's sloppy, and the section of the paper is a little bit crumpled, but the rest of the page is fine. This entire letter was thoughtfully and carefully written out, but this last part was scrawled in last minute on a hurry. You know who to thank. I suppose if it's in this letter, that message is meant for you, right? So, who is it? Who is it that you should be thanking? So, you really don't know, huh? Are you alright? You look a bit worried about something. Alright, fine. If you insist, then I'll let it go. For now. No, I didn't say anything. You must be imagining it. And you know what? I don't think I ever thanked you for letting me stay here. At your house, I mean. In the old village, I lived in just a small shack. Just enough for me to sleep in. I didn't really need anything else. I spent most of my time outside, either training hunters or hunting on my own. I didn't really do much else. Other people cooked, carved, and built things, but I just wanted to do my own thing, and I wanted to do it alone. But I sort of don't mind staying here. Your place? It's very nice. 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, a dining area, a study room, even a washroom. If you had asked me a few months ago, I probably would have found this house a bit gaudy and redundant, unnecessary. You really don't see too many houses with all these things, but I kind of like the extra space now. It's luxurious. I'm surprised at how you can keep everything clean. For me, the organization is no problem. I don't need a lot. Just my bow, my arrows, and a few sets of clothes. I've always lived pretty light. But you have a lot more stuff, although I really don't blame you. Books, ledgers, notes, ceremonial robes for different events held here. I even see that you have some, unconventional weapons. Those are for self-defense, I assume, but... I really don't see any violent crimes happening in this city. Oh well, never hurts to be prepared. I suppose that if you're a council member, it's better for you to be safe. Tell me, do you actually have any training with those weapons? You do? That honestly surprised me. I suppose that makes sense, though. I had guessed that all the public figures and council members would know some style of self-defense, just for their own peace of mind, at least. All right. What is it? What? Well, you look like you want to say something to me, so I'll humor you. What is it that you want to tell me? Don't give me that. I know that something's up. We've been living together for, the past 2 months? I know that you want to tell me something. Does it have anything to do with the note? Something different, then. All right. Then, just spit it out already. Yes, of course I'll listen to you. Yeah, we've been together a lot these past few months. Stay with you? Well, of course I want to do that. What do you mean? Oh. 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 You mean like that. Marriage. You're an idiot. You know that? Do you even know how bad of an idea that is? Elves live much longer lives than us humans. You'll outlive me by a few decades, at least. Yes, I know that there's a special ceremony that can be performed between a human and an elf. It'll give me half your life force, so we should live for about the same time. But that's still very dangerous. Both the human and the elf in the ceremony need some serious strength of will to just survive something like that. It's a bad idea. We shouldn't go through with something like that. I can see that fire in your eyes. You're really not going to let go of this, are you? You're serious. And I know how you can get when you're serious. All right. Fine. We'll do it. But something else first. My old village had a certain marriage tradition. When two people got engaged, a special drink was made. It was made with a rare herb. It's called Laranil. The herb is said to connect the two people who are to be wed. So let's do that first. I actually have it with me. I've been keeping it on hand, just in case, you know. Here. It's only a small cup. I just crushed the herb up in some cold water. And it's also tradition to down the whole cup in one go. Down the hatch, right? Well, you drank that rather enthusiastically. I haven't even touched mine yet. You know, larynil gets its name from the larynx, or voice box, and nil, which is elder language for nothing. Go ahead and try to talk. You'll find that you can't even get a word out, right? That's because your body is too relaxed right now. You won't be able to make a single word. This tradition started because of the therapeutic effects of the drink. It grants a certain state of mindfulness. And when two people would sit in a room together, not talking, with their minds clear, being in the moment for about, an hour or so, it brings them together. I didn't use all of the herb. I've diluted your drink. So you won't feel the full effects. You'll be able to think clearly for the most part, and the side effect of being unable to talk should only last about 30 minutes. And now that you can't talk, I have something to say. And I wanted to get through all of it without your objections. I haven't been as stagnant over the past month as you think I have been. Inactivity makes me angry. And I thought that there was some stuff around the city that didn't exactly make sense. So I went around and did some digging. I began to look around. I started with the wolf pens. You know, the ones that are supposedly domesticated. I remember hearing that a little over 5 months ago, a pack of wolves broke out from captivity. I looked at the gate that was broken. They kept the old one that was broken, lying in storage. But there were no claw or scratch marks on the lock. In fact, I couldn't find any sign that it was the wolves that did that. Rather, the bolt on the gate was cut, and it was a rather clean one at that. The wolves didn't break out. Someone broke them out. And around 5 months ago, a pack of dire wolves attacked my village, killed a number of villagers, and nearly killed me. Here's a question. Where do you think the wolves that were let out of their pen went? The answer is obvious. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. They attacked my village and nearly killed me. But who would do such a thing? That question was rhetorical. I know the answer to that one, too. Do you remember that elf that followed us around at the festival a month ago? You called him your coworker. I looked into him as well. His name is Tyrael, a council member, just like you. And many people said that they saw him at the pens, and that he was taking care and helping to train the wolves. And after the wolves were let out, he wasn't seen at the pens again. The story goes that he was saddened by his failure to properly take care of the wolves. But I say it's because he's the one that let them out. He no longer had a reason to go there after he let them out, so he didn't. His job was done. And why would he do such a thing? I asked the councilmen about Tyrael, and they said that both you and Tyrael were working on a very special project. An integration project of human and elf culture. The other councilmen scoffed at your idea, but they gave you a chance. If you can convince at least 500 humans to join the Elf City, they would not only authorize the move, but they would grant you and Tyrael increased political power. It was quite the prize, if you could pull such a thing off. Lucky for you, Tyrael had an idea. He said that if the nearby human towns had experienced a small tragedy, and the elves offered them kindness and hospitality, the humans would want to merge. When he was asked what tragedy he had in mind, Tyrael said that it could be arranged. Here's what I think happened. Tyrael had been spending time at the wolf pens, and after working there enough and training the wolves, he went in one night, broke the gate, and set them loose. The wolves, after being let loose, attacked a nearby human village. My village. After they attacked, killed some of the villagers, and greatly wounded me, an elf appeared and took in the injured human. You. You offered your assistance to me and the human village. After the humans accepted your help and started getting better acquainted with the elves and just accepted their presence, one of the elves suggested that the human village should merge with the elf city. The person that suggested it was Tyrael. After the merge was complete, both you and Tyrael were offered promotions and more political power on the council. You know who to thank. Who do you think you're fooling? We both know who you should be thanking. I honestly cannot believe you. Is this all just some sort of sick game to you? Are the humans just pawns for you to sacrifice so that you could get more power? What about us? Huh? What about us? Am I just some token? Some figurehead just for you to flaunt? To gain the trust of the humans? Am I your trophy that you won over the gruffest and most isolated human? I honestly cannot believe you. You know what? I've had enough. I was right about elves all along. I'm leaving. And don't bother coming after me. I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. I'm not going to tell the other people either. They seem happy enough here. So I'm going off on my own. Let them stay if they want to. Goodbye. Milord, Senator, I hope I'm not interrupting anything, but I bring some urgent news. All right. What is it? Go on with it. One of our hunting parties came back with a rather disturbing report. They came across an advancing force of orcs. They're headed straight from the city, from the north. All able-bodied soldiers are being ordered to the northern gates. They asked for you specifically by name, my Lord Hunter. I wish that your path is a safe one, Hunter. You too, Senator. Fine. I'm fighting. Those orcs and I have some unfinished business. Besides, I made a promise. I promised that I would never abandon my people when they're in need. So I'll fight. And I'll get hurt. And this time, I don't want you to rescue me. Let me die fighting. I would rather die than be saved by the likes of you.